Okay, it's June 15th, 2011. This is Reality Supreme Being, also known as His Royal Majesty Caesar Saint Augustine de Buonaparte. I'm doing this on assassinations as a prediction. Remember in all my 50 videos I kept talking about how I knew about 9/11 and the Miramar Federal Building explosion? I had circumstantial evidence up to a year before a year in the Oklahoma City bombing, another couple of years concerning the Branch Davidians, and 7 years advance notice using my quantum chaos field generators that I used to have before the city of Los Angeles and the county destroyed my life at the bequest of the federal government. This is how they work. They destroy people. They haven't killed me because they think they can still get information out of me, especially in bits and pieces out of all my 50 videos. You don't think they believe or record any of the rant and ravings, but even in the rant and ravings, there are hints and circumstantial evidence of future events. Anyway, I'm going to show you proof today that I'm not kidding, that they came after me, they took my possessions, they violated my civil rights, but this is the one that's going to turn Obama, the moron Obama, and Joe Biden, and the Secret Service, and the FBI, and all the jerk-offs. This is what you let Los Angeles City, Los Angeles County, James Hahn, Vigorosa, the City Council, destroy not just a person's life, but destroy very important historical documents that were probably worth, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to somebody somewhere on the planet that's a historian, like I am, and collects historical artifacts. Something a lot of people didn't know about me. I'm about to show you something. And this has to do with one of my quantum field generator predictions about a successful event that's going to take place. Now, I'm about to put up before your cameras a book that's more than 115 years old. Okay? True life, real book. The title, I think, will really blow your mind because it has to do with assassinations. Remember the John F. Kennedy assassination? They had the the Warren Commission report, and it was like about that thick, it was 6 inches thick, and how it was all a conspiracy, and even the commission report was a conspiracy, and on and on and on. And there's more rant and raving and bullcrap that you hear from history than anything that you can come up with. But this has to do with a current prediction that's going to be coming up soon. I want to show you a picture of a guy in this book before I tell you the title. I'm sure historians will know immediately who this is. Looks like a real nice guy. Doesn't look like a bad guy, It looks normal, Doesn't look like he's crazy or anything, But this is I'm about to show you a picture of the assassin. This assassinated a certain president. Now this picture is for real. It's 115 years old. It was in somebody's hands in 1901 and allowed Theodore Roosevelt to become president. Now watch this picture here. See that? There you go. Does that guy look crazy? He looks pretty normal to me, doesn't he? Which goes to prove that you can't judge a book by its cover. This particular book goes on to talk about the very first pages. Besides the copyright date, I got a page that's coming out on me here, which is copyright 1901 by Marshall Everett. I don't know if you can see this, but let's see if I can get it in there. Marshall Everett, 1901, and it doesn't look like it's focusing very well. But anyway, so let's talk about this. Let's see. And it's a memorial edition, as they call it. And the very first pages after the table of contents notable assassination and assassination attempts of recent times. They start off with King George III of England, attempted assassination by Margaret Nicholson on August 2nd, 1786, by James Hatfield, and again by James Hatfield on May 15th, 1800. The Tsar Paul of Russia, killed by nobles of the court on March 24th, 1801. So we go on talking. It mentions even a relative of mine, Napoleon I. He's the second mention. An attempt by an infernal machine. Listen to the way they talked back then. Not a bomb, but an infernal machine. On December the 24th, the day before Christmas Eve, 1800. It was it was on an ox cart or whatever, a horse cart. And so, you know, it goes on talking. It covers the whole 1800s all the way up until, and I'm about to give away the title of the book. Last person mentioned here in the book is William McKinley, President of the United States, shot at Buffalo on September the 6th, 1901, died September 14th. He hung on for quite a few days, 1901. Now, I showed you the picture of the assassin, but the reason I've, you know, got this book is because it happened to be in one of my other vehicles that the city had not had a chance to tow away, along with other historical media. Picked apart not only my vehicles, but they picked apart hundreds and hundreds of books from the 1800s. This is a book on the assassination of William McKinley. Got another book here, also saved from the horrible, horrible attacks of prejudice by the city of Los Angeles on me, concurrently for more than 10 years. This book is by the Macmillan Company, and it is published 1930. It's about Mary Baker Eddy. And in case anybody doesn't know who she was like one of the founders of the Church on Science, Christian Scientist. Here's her picture, and this is from 1930. They destroyed a truck of mine with hundreds and hundreds of books from the 1800s. There's Mary for you. From the 1800s, and even a few books from the 1700s. And get ready for this. This is a loss to mankind because I had some scrolls that were probably from the library at Alexandria that was burned more than 2,000 years ago. This is what Los Angeles City did to me, and did to you too, and to the history of mankind. I don't have any evidence anymore. I can't prove it. The only evidence I have is maybe a few books that managed to be in different places, and those different places managed to save it. My bus has presidential memorabilia going back to, well, Harry Truman and a birthday party held by Margaret Truman, an actual recording of theirs, some cards from Air Force One, Christmas cards. Anyway, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what you people destroyed in my life, and that's why I'm ranting and raving out of those 50 videos that you hear me. That's why I scream for the president's head, Congress's head. They should all be chopped off, just like in the French Revolution. Put them on the guillotine and start chopping heads. And when enough blood has been spilt, maybe the world will get the message. If you got a guy who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, he's living in a house or in a bus or in a car, leave him alone. Damn jerks. Or offer them an alternative place. Help them. You are all evil. You took 30 years of my life and destroyed it, but you took a lot more from me. A lot more from me and yourselves, from what you destroyed and the plans that I had ahead for my life. I'm not supposed to be forced to be moving from storage to storage, because that's the only approved method of saving things. These people are nuts. They're control freaks. They want you to live their way. They are destroying, literally destroying people's lives. So, I don't know what to tell you, but I think my Zoom level is way off here. Somebody has messed with the Zoom. There we go. So anyway, I'm at 10 minutes and 30 seconds. It's interesting how they used to write. William McKinley lasted for quite a few days. Talks about the bullet went through his body, how gangrene was setting in. Talks about the assassin, and here's a short paragraph. He went the next day. Zogros went to the exposition. I guess I'm mispronouncing his name. He went there on the following day and the day following. The idea that he might kill the president when he came was in his mind, but the purpose was but half formed. At that time, it might have been possible to have diverted his mind from the thought of such a mission. But he was alone in a city. He had no friends there. There was nothing to check the fever burning deeper and deeper in his mind. Dramatic, isn't it? The person who wrote the story must have really been, must have been a drama person, into a lot of drama. So, story of the assassin. Emma Goldman, they talk about anarchy, the anarchist leader. They talk about anarchism and its objectives. They make a whole deal on anarchism because the assassin claimed to be an anarchist. Scenes following the assassination of people following the coffin. These are real pictures of people in the White House. We got a picture here of McKinley leaving the White House in a horse and buggy, which is really interesting. McKinley's boyhood and, what the White House looked like back then. This book will probably be destroyed too once they keep auctioning off my stuff, because every bad thing that's happening to me is happening to me from what the city of Los Angeles, the wheels in motion that they placed in when they did this. It has covers McKinley on expansion, great events during McKinley's administration, McKinley, builder of a world power, McKinley's eulogy of Lincoln. Anyway, Theodore Roosevelt taking the oath of office. Anyway, so I thought I would share that with the world on the fact that you people lost a lot more than you'll ever realize and are still losing even more. I don't know how much more stuff I have, but they have really destroyed my life and yours, especially the lives of historians who might have been able to have protected me and protected my belongings. There are more here. Here he is, leaving the White House in a horse and buggy without the Secret Service on one of his little road trips around D.C. Nice picture, huh? Anyway, has a picture of McKinley's mother in here. Very old book. You can tell by the yellowing of the pages, the sides of the book, the book bind. It's got a lot of embroidery on it. Used to be gold leaf, it looks like, but a lot of it's worn off. Well, it's 14 minutes and 13 seconds. I got to go eat breakfast. Breakfast at 3:15 in the morning. I don't eat very well because I suffer from depression from what the city has done to me and is continuing to do to me by just by the city existing. The fear exists in me of doing anything with my life, because they're there. They're going to always be there to interrupt my life, to destroy my life, and I have no Secret Service protection, even though I'm a presidential candidate. How do you like that? Huh? Evil. You got an evil society for certain people like me. See you later.